I thought that was paint rub. That's not paint rub. Look. Oh, his little crocodile toes are poking out. Hello, what's up, dudes and dudettes? Thank you for tuning in for today's episode. I'm your host, bblakeypoo. Today is part 2 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem Trilogy. Today we're going to have a look at the bad guys. These guys you see here, Superfly, Rocksteady, Bebop, and Leatherhead. Of course, Bebop came from the Ooze Cruising pack that we saw in the last episode of the trilogy. Quick update. Just want to let you all know that I did go out and get another Donnie because his headphones do not come in the Ooze Cruising pack. And also wanted to show you up close what you can do to these figures to make them pop a little more. Remember, some of my complaints were that they needed a wash. See, there's no detail popping out here in the shells and stuff. So this is what it looks like when you put a wash over it. Now, Donnie doesn't have a lot of detail in his plastron, but check out the difference in the back here. We'll do side by sides. Like that was just a little bit of black acrylic paint mixed with water, washed it over, and then wiped the excess off. I also did it to the knee pads and the elbow pads. Oh, come on now. The elbow pads. I have not hit his head yet, but his glasses kind of hide it anyway, so you don't really need to, but that's just a cheap little easy way to make him stand out. I also did Raph. Let's have a look at him. Now, Raph, you'll notice he's got a lot more. Well, the first thing you'll notice are his eyes. They're a little different. Well, this is the very first time I've ever put a wash on a figure, and I messed it up a little bit, and I was pulling the paint off, and I accidentally wiped off his eyes. And because of that, I had to repaint his eyes, and I'm not, as you can see, my lines are a lot, they are a lot thicker, but it's okay. It's okay. It was the first one. But check it out. Look at his shell. So much more pops out. The pads again, and the shell on the back. Just a quick wash will do that. If you'd like a video on how to do it, I guess I could do one of those. But yeah, let's look at those eyes. Hey, I'm a little crazy. Oh, and speaking of Raph, he's the only one that I know of that have variants. And there are 3 variants that I know of. So this one, you'll see, let's zoom in on his belt. That's where it's all at. He's got a brown pouch with a big R. That's one of the variants. Now, apparently there's another variant where this pouch will not be painted, so it'll be black, and that'll be a large R. Also, he's the only one that has his letter cast in or molded into his belt. The others are painted on. We'll grab Mikey here. You see that's painted on, and Raph's is molded in. The other variant that I have is, let's get that shadow out of the way. The other variant is small R, no paint. So those are the 3 that I know, and there might even be small R with paint, because it just seems to be the pouch is either painted or it's not. So there might be 2 variants of each. I don't know. There have only been this one with and without paint, and this one as it is, from what I've seen reported. Cool little detail though. All right, so let's get into these. Also, this is I wanted to show off real quick, just real quick. Isn't that crafty? Took this palette here and turned it into something like this. What y'all think about that? You think about that? Does it look aged and distressed compared to this? I can show you how I did that as well in another video, if that's something you'd like to see. First up, we're going to have a look at Superfly. Here's the, and we're just going to look at the artwork on the box for one of them because it's the same for all of them. Pretty sure that is the same as what I read on part 1, so I'm not going to do it again, and you can pause this and read that if you'd like. Superfly comes with everything you see here. Of course, we have the figure, his weapon rack, which comes with some test tubes. It looks like a beaker overflowing with some stuff, another gun, and what I thought was a fly swatter, but check it out. Is that a little turtle? Because, I mean, it would make sense that it's not a fly swatter, but is that a baby turtle swatter? Let's have a look at the figure up close, in detail. So we've got, man, stupid camera angles that ain't quite working. All right, I think we can go in for a super zoom on this. Yeah, so check out his head. I'm just so impressed with the amount of detail they put into these $10 figures. Superfly looks so cool. Like, look at his arm, his mutated bug arm. Oh, that looks so cool. Like, a little wash would bring out the details, of course, like I showed you with the turtles. Those little hands. He's got he's got a shoe on his leg. Look, oh man, that's just he tried. He tried. Or maybe that was that the shoe he was wearing when he mutated? I don't know, and he just can't get it off now. Check out those wings. They've even got veins in the wings. He's got hair. All right, let's zoom back out a little for articulation. Oh, his wing popped off. That's where I can show you his wings. They come separate. You pop them in the back, and one of them is separate. But they just pop in there, and the big piece is very secure. So for articulation on his head, look at that. That's pretty impressive, huh? Pretty impressive. Of course, it's on a ball, so we got full 360. Maybe I need to, we'll just come up for that. On his, there's his shoulder on the mutated side, or on the big side, it's on a ball hinge. That's all the articulation we have. That end, his claw rotates. There's no elbow. On the other side, we have that same shoulder, and I think I need to move my light. We're casting too much of a shadow at what I'm trying to show you here. So on the next figure, the light will move. But he's got the single elbow that rotates, and it's on a hinge. We do not have rotation in the wrist. For his legs, he's got that ball hinge that we've seen on all of them. And he's got rotation at the knee. Does the knee move? Let's see. Yeah, okay. So his knees, they rotate, and they rock and rotate. And that's what we get. There's nothing for the feet. So he's a little hard to stand. You got to really balance him because he's heavy on one side because of that arm. All right. Now I'm going to mess around with the lights, and I'll see you in a minute. Next up, we have Bebop. He comes with everything you see here because he's the variant that comes in the Ooze Cruisin' 4-pack. So the only accessory he has is this weird drill gun thing. I don't understand. It looks like they totally just took like a fantasy assault rifle type thing, cut the front off, and put a drill on it to make it friendly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that does. All right, but on to the figure. Once again, man, I gotta say, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with these $10 toys. Oh, look at him. Let's go in on the close-up here. Look at these details. Look at his face with the wrinkles in there. The nose ring's painted. Wait, is the nose ring separate? No. Yeah, it's just painted. It tricked me looking through the camera here. And he's got the ooze on him from being in the ooze cruising set, but yeah, so there's two variants of Bebop. But I'm just like, I might paint the spikes silver. Same with the chain. If you go in there, paint that chain silver. Look at all that. Oh, you can see his tail. His tail is in his pants. And you can see that. Oh, man, that is... Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, I might go paint that chain. I think he used to have like a skull or something. A buckle. But look at that. Detail in the shoes. Wow. All right, articulation-wise. He has no up-down movement. He just kind of rotates here. I'm looking for subscribers. Did you like and subscribe to the channel yet? Yeah. Anyway, there, we got that out of the way. I begged for I begged for followers. So looks like he's a little restricted by his shoulder pads, but he can almost go to a T with that same ball hinge, whatever it's called. It's a single elbow. His elbow does not rotate. It's just on a hinge, and we do have rotation at the hands. Nothing in the body. Same hip joints as the rest of them. He does have a knee. No rotation at the knee, and no rotation at the ankle. So there's Bebop. He looks great. Looks great. All right, on to the next one. Next up, we have Rocksteady, of course, because you can't go to anyone else after saying Bebop except Rocksteady. It goes together. Bebop and Rocksteady. Bebop and Rocksteady. Or at least if you're a fan from the 80s and 90s. Bebop and Rocksteady. Oh, yeah, it just goes together. Now, bblakeypoo, did you go and break your figure already? No, this is how it comes in the package. To make him fit, because he's a beefy boy, comes with his arm out. So, I mean, I guess we get to see how they're put together here, because I'm assuming this is how the rest of the shoulders work. So if you want to, I haven't done a boil and pop. Oh, it takes some force to get it in there. So it's not even in all the way yet. Look at that. Maybe I don't have it. There we go. Didn't have it oriented right. I wonder if you can boil and pop these apart and then really get the good customization going. I might try it because I do have a couple extra figures. Anyway, it comes with Rocksteady, of course. We'll have a look in a second. His weapon rack, which looks like a, let's zoom in. Is that a, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a manhole shield. He's got a knife. Looks like a sledgehammer. And what? He gets a gun. A real gun. Like, it's not a drill gun. Okay, so it wasn't some, like, ratings thing. Kid-friendly thing. And he also has his machine gun that he comes with. I'm guessing it's a machine gun. Since he comes with two, I'm probably going to have Bebop carry one of these. And the figure himself. Articulation first, because we'll just get it out of the way. So he has that shoulder joint, an elbow hinge, a rotating hand, just like Bebop did. His head swings back and forth. There's no vertical. On his legs, we have the same hips we've been having on all of them. And the single hinge for his knee. We got no rotation. Let's get into those details, because I think they changed out of the two, Bebop and Rocksteady. As you can see, they have changed his design quite a bit more than they did Bebop's from the 80s cartoon. He looks more like a rhino. He looks strange. And that's because we've seen him in the real world. We haven't seen the movie yet. But onto the figure, the details that are in the figure, which is what we're here for, right? Let's go super close. He's got lazy eye. See, they kind of did a wash on the horn. It's kind of what a wash will do. We could do it to the rest of it just to bring out the rest of those details. Oh, he's got tattoos on his arms, but the wash would bring out the like wrinkles in his skin and stuff like that. Because he's got very, very wrinkly skin. Ooh, his belt, his ammo belt here. You could go in and paint the rivets or bullets, whatever those are. His pants are kind of camo. They just put a couple little splotches on there, but who knows? I haven't seen the movie yet, so maybe that's how he looks. But I like the boots. These really stand out to me. They used a matte paint for that. The rest of the figure is pretty glossy, right? And then you got these matte boots, and they're just nice cartoon style combat boots. They just look, I think they look real nice. More tattoo. They took some liberties with old Rocksteady. Oh, let's look at the teeth up close. Yeah, he's got a shiny tooth. Yeah, he's got a metal tooth. I just noticed that. And he's got a chain necklace up in there, looks like. He's got metal tooth on each side. I like the detail. As far as the character design, I don't know. I kind of like it because on the screen it looked kind of cool, and it was off-putting at first. But so was Kingpin in the first Spider-Verse movie. But it worked because Kingpin just looks like a rectangle with a little head, you know. So anyway, on to the next one. Next up, we have Leatherhead. Leatherhead comes with everything you see here. And before we get into that, there's a little controversy with Leatherhead being voiced by a female actress. And everyone's like, Dude, who cares? It's a mutant. It's a mutant alligator, and it's a cartoon. Who cares? All right, getting into the accessories. We have a knife. Looks like a, well, let's just zoom. Looks like a bear trap. Another gun that does not have a drill on it. Looks like they get copies of their weapon. These are just throwbacks, I think, to the vintage stuff. And that, I'm not sure what that is. Some sort of prod. But there's a wheel on it. Or maybe it's a harpoon gun? Or is it a fishing rod? I think it's a fishing rod. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think it is? Little sawed-off double-barrel shotgun. That's pretty cool, actually. And I like the metallic paint application there. Now on to Leatherhead. The articulation for the head just rotates. There's no, well, there's a little bit of vertical, a little bit. If we push it, no, just a little bit. Side to side, yeah. And of course the rotation. That's pretty cool. Full rotation. Oh. But the hat gets stuck on the belly. Got the same shoulder we've had on all of them. Same pin for the, let's do it this way. Same pin, only this one can overextend. Look at that. Oh, broke his hand. And we have rotation on the wrist. Same hips that we've come to know and love for this line. And the villains seem to all have just a single knee with no rotation. There is no foot rotation, but it does rock. a little bit. Let's get into those details now, shall we? First off, what stands out to me is that Leatherhead is wearing night vision goggles. An alligator crocodile with night vision goggles and a Crocodile Dundee hat. Oh, I'm going to say crocodile for the rest because that is a Crocodile Dundee hat right there. That's so cool. But look at the detail here. It's all eaten up and the scales. Oh, we got a little paint flake there, it looks like. Oh, well. $10 toy. The teeth. That is so cool. The scales on the body. Also, like I said, you know, with all these characters, a wash will bring that out. Bring that out. And he has, I'm assuming this is for the shotgun. Let's see. This carrying case, which I guess is for the shotgun. Let's see if it fits. Oh. I mean, if you really shove it in there, it'll fit. Maybe that's for the fishing pole or something. I don't know. But I'm going to put the shotgun in there. I think it looks cool. But look at the work. The stitching. There's stitching on that. And the belt is textured. Wow. I'm blown away, really. $10. $10. Got some baggy pants or whatever with the... Oh, I forgot this point of articulation with the tail. There's a hinge on the tail. Got some baggy Bayou cargo pants. And tiny, tiny little feet. Oh, I thought that was paint rub. That's not paint rub, look. Oh, his little crocodile toes are poking out. I might put a little paint on the nails there, but look at the detail all throughout this thing. That's just so cool. That is so cool. With a little bit of paint and a wash, a little bit of love, these things will look great. Which I think is what they're doing for the San Diego Comic-Con turtles. Oh, I don't know. I like this line so far. I gotta say. Let's have a look at them all lined up and get the old final thoughts. All right, so here we are. My final thoughts on this line of toys. Man, yeah, I gotta mess with those lights. I gotta move those around. It's kind of distracting. I love these villains, man. These villain designs are pretty cool. I gotta say. They're a little hard to stand. Posability is going to be a little weird, but that's been the main... Oh, no. Hey, it's a $10 line. I mean, look at them. They're so cool. If I were a kid, I would have killed to have these as a kid, man. Toys like this. Oh, that's so... Like, look at that. But, we got the Cajun crocodile. I'm going to call it croc because that Crocodile Dundee. Crocodile Dundee. But that's just so cool. They all have character, you know? They're all different. I like this line so far. For $10, they are totally worth it. I will say that. They are totally worth it. And Bebop's probably my favorite. It's probably because he looks so close to, you know, the 87 cartoon, but also still a new design. It's just a take on it. And this one's growing on me. It's growing on me. I'm going to have to see it in live action, I think, to really figure it out. But those boots, they get me every time. They just look so cool. Yeah, I'm going to say, give the action figures a buy. They are worth a buy at $10. Get them. The movie, can't tell you whether it's good or not. Still a couple weeks away. I can't wait to see it. I'm sure I'll talk about it once I do see it. But hey, thank you for joining me. And if you like this, like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. It, I don't know, it motivates me for sure. And it makes me feel like I'm hanging out with people, especially when we get into the comments. Let's get into comments and start discussing stuff. Things like that. Things like that there. Oh, man, they're fun to mess around with. Let's have a look at the scale of the turtles next to them. Okay, so Donnie. I haven't done this yet. Looks like Donnie and, I don't know, they're about the same height, aren't they? Let's move stuff out of the way. For those of you who stayed to the end of the video, as you can see, they're the same height. Yeah, that might be a downfall in the line. I'm not sure. Haven't seen the movie yet. They might all be the same height, but yeah. I guess it should have been a giveaway with April, but she just looks smaller than normal because she's younger than she normally is. Oh, sorry, Donnie, with the glasses. Anyway, hey, thank you for watching. Please check out the next one where we have a look at the Tots and the Turtle Van. But if you like this, please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.